guys, welcome to another episode of No Ordinary Woman Chat Show. And as you know, this season we have been interviewing some no ordinary men, and we have a great guest lined up for you today. Very excited to have him on the show. Lots to talk about, but before we get started, introducing myself to you all, you know who I am, but just in case you don't, I'm Janelle Rayburn, and I am joined by the beautiful, delectable co-host
Miss Kazmak in the building. How you doing, girl?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good.
I'm looking forward to this show.
Yeah, me too. And you're looking fabulous as always.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know that we are both decked out in Mamau design, so we have to pick up Chantel from Mamau. Thank you very much for keeping us looking great. But how have you been anyway? How's your week?
My week's been pretty awesome. I'm just really looking forward to another week ahead, and just really looking forward to all the future men that we have got coming up from the show. We've got some great surprises for our audience, so guys, please ensure you subscribe, make sure you share, because sharing is caring. Let everybody know about these amazing men and women that we've had on the show as well. And yeah, I'm just really excited about what's yet to come.
Okay, well, hold that thought. The gentleman we have on today goes by the name of Dexter Simms. He's an entrepreneur, businessman, motivational speaker, father, and the CEO and founder of Mula Cake clothing. Now, Mula Cake was first established in 2010 and was launched officially actually in 2013. It's a British homegrown brand and is one of the freshest to hit London's urban fashion markets. Specialises in fun, hip, fashionable, and most importantly, affordable streetwear for today's fashion conscious individual. And this brand is now fully alive and about to take the world by storm. So before I take too much away from Dexter himself, we are going to bring him straight on and we're going to introduce him. Dexter.
Hi.
Hi, Dexter. How are you?
I'm doing fine, thank you. You two look very beautiful.
Thank you. I'm feeling that Mula Cake top.
This is for one of our rose ranges.
Rose range?
Rose range, yes. We've got some ladies' dresses in rose ranges on fur also.
Oh, okay. Well, we're going to talk more about the range that you have. But before we get onto that, Dexter, I want to know what inspired you to actually set up Mula Cake clothing?
Setting up Mula Cake clothing was something around the thought of wanting to have a business, but also understanding that becoming the role model I want to become, I know that the children of today don't listen to what they will classify as nobodies. So I knew that having a business and having such a business which is connected to the streets, urban clothing line, I could become a role model and then I could get my message across in the future a lot easier. So Mula Cake clothing was a conscious decision that I chose to use as a stepping stone to reach higher heights, to be honest.
And have you always been into fashion and design and?
I really haven't. I really haven't. I mean, getting dressed is just a part of the daily chore. But as I said, I know that a lot of people are fashion conscious. So I knew that it was easy for me to connect with people via clothing. And because of my business background, I understand that there's a certain amount of things that people have to have, like food, like shelter, and clothes being one of them. So that's why I thought, let me jump into the clothing industry.
Wow. So what does Mula Cake stand for?
Mula Cake. So Mula means money, and cake is cake. It is two things that everybody loves. It's two things that if you go anywhere in the world, they know money and they know cake. So I thought, let's put the two words together and create a happy, colourful brand.
I don't want to digress, but Kaz actually baked a cake today and it tastes delicious. So yeah, we love cake. Mula, but we love cake.
I was inspired by Mr. Dexter himself to do the cake.
But Dexter, it's not only about clothing for you. You're also a youth motivational speaker. You know, you reach out to young people, but what inspired you to reach out to young people in that way? Obviously, you've spoken about the clothing journey, but actually speaking to them directly to motivate them. What inspired you to get involved and do that kind of thing?
Growing up, we've had hard times, you know, especially as black people. living in South London is very hard.
Where in South London?
I'm from Brixton.
Okay.
I'm originally from Kennington.
Right.
Then I grew up in Brixton. So growing up was quite rough, and my background was quite rough, my upbringing was quite rough. And when I wanted to escape from it all, and I wanted to become my own identity and become my own person, I never really had that role model, even though it sounds a little bit cliche that you never really had the role model. But I mean, literally, when I wanted to ask, how do I set up a business? No one in my family has business. When I asked, how do I buy a house? Nobody in my family owns a house. But if we was to ask anything negative, I would always be able to get the answers, if not being able to see the answers from before I've actually asked. So I thought to myself, I don't want to stop working ever a day on this earth until I become the role model that I always missed when I was younger. I don't want none of the children to be able to be in a position, even though I thought this before the internet, but now they have so much things to ask on the internet and stuff. But I don't want the children to ever have to grow up and feel trapped that they can't change, or they can't ask anyone for advice, or they can't get the right advice. So as much as I'm climbing up the ladder to success, I'm always available for our young people to be able to learn from and inspire. So that's where my passion is.
I like that, because the thing is, I personally think it's really essential within the school, especially from when we went to school as well. We wasn't really taught about, you know, having your own business. We weren't taught about, you know, we just taught certain things just basically to keep us in the system, keep us trapped, you know what I mean?
Systemized,
you know, and we need to be educating our young people to know that how it's okay for you to own your own business. It's okay to, not saying not necessarily have an education, but to know that you can master in a specific area that's based upon your talent, your natural gifting, you know, and make a living from it as well.
And why I find the reason why that's a little bit hard for people to grasp in the first place is because a lot of our youth nowadays, they're not in tune with their self. And I believe that being in tune with yourself, you then find what you like, what you don't like, what you're good at, what you're not good at. And once you can start mastering these tools for yourself, then you can start playing into your advantages rather than guessing in life what you should do in life. Rather than thinking, okay, what do I do majority of the time just by accident? And then try and turn that into a business. You know, because in today's age, just like you mentioned before, when we grew up, it was go to school, go to college, go to university to get a job.
You get told to go to college. Because we just told, go get a job.
Go get a job. That is the mindset that's been installed onto us from our parents and stuff. But it is, I call it a cruel mindset because it's a money chasing mindset. And you will never find happiness if you chase money. So people think that money will make you happy, and like I say to a lot of the youngsters, if I give you £1,000 right now, okay, what's going to change?
Come on now.
Because in a week's time you're going to have no more money again, and you're going to have no more future, and you're not going to be any more happier. So once you learn to find yourself, once you learn to find your passion, you become happy, and then I know it sounds crazy, but money starts to come.
That's right.
It's
yeah,
not
it's
crazy.
So
It's
not
really
crazy
at all.
It really is.
Do you know, we had a guest on a few episodes ago, Dr. Mark Prince, and he said the same thing. He said, don't chase money, chase the dream.
It's real.
Yeah? And that's
You
what you need
chase
to
money,
do.
and money will actually run from you. I don't think you can comprehend it any more way. If you chase money, you know, if you every day get up, I need to earn money, I need to get money, how am I going to make money, how am I going to make money? The answer will just keep running away.
Yeah. That's right.
And it will get not into your pocket. You chase up, and obviously you have bills. I understand this, but I think a lot of people are living beyond their means.
Yes.
And they don't exactly know how. But I mean, we have 100 and odd pound trainers, and we have more than one of them, and we have iPhones which are 300 and odd pounds, even though we have them on contracts. So that means you can afford to pay monthly, even though you have no job. So we don't understand what living beyond our means actually is until somebody points it out to you, and then you start to realize what you actually need from what you actually want.
Yes.
And it makes
I
a
love
big
that.
difference.
It's really prioritizing things in life. Do you know what I mean?
It
You know, because we have so much stuff.
Yeah.
You know, literally stuff. Like right now, I'm decluttering, right?
Yes.
And I'm just like, damn, I've got things going from how many years
Yes.
ago
Yeah.
that and I'm even finding things that I've bought, and you know, because it was on a, you know, it was on a sale or something
Yes.
like that, you know, and you just
Still
get
with the
caught up
tag
in
on.
it.
It's
Yeah, still with the
designed,
tag.
it's
Yeah,
designed
it's
to capture us.
yes.
You know, it's designed, like sales are designed to, yes, to get rid of clothes for the businesses, but we are the people they're pinpointing at, because we
right.
buy when we don't need.
That's
Yeah.
right.
That's what our people
Yeah.
do, and
Yes.
we clutter and we
Yes.
keep and we, you know,
Hoard.
and hoard. And to be honest, unless we start teaching each other about life and changing our mindsets, it's got to be a long time before it reaches our youth.
Yes.
So therefore, we must start trying more harder as adults to show the youth, because a child will not won't learn from what you say. They'll learn from what you do.
It's
Yes.
true. It's the
Yeah.
actions.
And this is
Yeah.
what it
Yeah.
is. You know, a lot of
It's-
people say, I tell my child this, I tell my child that, but then they're looking at you, speaking,
Yeah.
but you're doing something
Yeah.
else.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Come
So
on.
you
Yeah.
can't be
Yeah.
upset with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't be upset with yourself. And
Yeah.
that's why I
Right.
say it starts with self.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're a
Yeah.
you're a classic demonstration of that, because, you know, you said you wanted to be the role model that you
I needed to
never
be.
had.
No, and I
So
really needed to be.
you wanted to be the change in the world that you
Wanted to see,
see, right? Or, you
100%.
know, really personified that. So I
Yeah.
congratulate you and commend
Thank
you.
you.
On that. But speaking about kind of changing mindsets and changing and allowing that to filter down to our children, the educational system is a really important part of that. So how do you think, I mean, entrepreneurship is one thing. I don't, if I'm honest, I probably didn't know what that word was when I was in primary school, at least. Anyway, I
Until I was
didn't.
an adult. I'm keeping it real. Until I was an adult, that's what I know. But yeah.
Maybe in university. I mean, I can't say exactly when, but I know that this wasn't common speak in my everyday speak, and something that I thought, you know, I understand what it means. So, how do you think the educational system can help, if you like, in or change its way in ensuring that our young people have the correct mindset to be a success?
It's a tricky question, only because when I answer questions in today's society, especially when I know we're being filmed, especially when I know we're being recorded, it's very tricky to go against big systems. So I do tread carefully on what I speak out against schools, against educational system, against the government. But I would say that the only way a school system will change is if it's controlled by like-minded people of that caliber.
Yeah.
Do you know, a lot of people who, let's say now, for instance, the schools of today are now called academies because they're owned, because they're businesses.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So therefore, if that can now happen, we now need to have, okay, let's just speak for myself, people like myself, that opens a school as a business, but I know what I'm implementing in the school to
Yeah.
feed down to our children.
Yeah.
So the answer to the question about what can the schools do, government schools are actually controlled. So I don't expect them to be able to do anything, but I would like them to be able to start giving more chances to different lessons, because life skills, entrepreneurial skills are not taught in schools, which I believe in today's day and age
It's needed.
is so needed. I mean,
Yeah.
It's foundation.
it's foundation.
Yeah.
I teach my children straightforward, and I tell you straight on camera, I tell my children, if you come out of school without an A or a B in maths or English, it's problems. I won't say I don't care, but science, RE, rare. You need maths and English. Then you need to learn how to use computers.
Yeah.
And then you need to know about life skills and entrepreneurial skills.
Yeah.
This is it. So right
Yeah.
now, my son is in school. He's taking IT and business and maths and English. Everything else is compulsory of what he has to take.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's we live in a different age, and we
Yes.
just have to learn to grasp it and get with it. There were used to be black and white TVs. Now there's Sky TV and Netflix.
There's TV on your phone.
This
Yeah.
what I mean, on our phones, you know what I mean?
IGTV.
How many years ago we used to think, would you find a relationship online? Now there's dating websites on nearly everybody's phones.
Yes.
So, you know, would you send your child in a cab? No, but you send your child in an Uber. It's changing. So we have to learn to deal with change
Yeah.
and appreciate change,
And keep up.
and keep
Keep
up
up
with
with
change.
change.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's happening in regards with the school system. It's
Yeah.
not really keeping up with
It's not.
changes.
That system
And
got put
yeah,
in a long time
exactly.
ago.
And it's
not
like
changing.
we're still kind of stuck. And I think
Stuck.
that's where a lot of, say, parents and the children will kind of have that conflict, because you know what you know because based upon your living life
You're
experience.
living, yes.
And if we was taught what we know now,
Yeah.
things would be so different.
So let me hold you there then. So this is why the only time that I blame parents, this is the only time. For what we now know, this is the time of commitment and sacrifice. Would you sacrifice not working
Amen.
to home study your child?
Speak it.
Because you think you
Yes.
living now is anything good. For you working, I have to pay the bills now and all that and all that and all that. What your child learns for the next 5 to 10 years, that is the shape of your family.
Yes.
So are you willing to commit and sacrifice to your child's education,
Yes.
to your child's mindset?
Yes.
Because if you allow the street, the people, the schools, the government to indoctrinate your child, you kind of got no hope
Yeah.
for your child to be how you would like them to be.
Yeah.
Or to be who they truly
Or
were
the-
put on this
what-
earth
what-
to be.
Exactly
That's right,
that.
yeah.
Exactly that.
It's really just taking responsibility.
It's taking responsibility.
Yeah.
So even when we talk about, say, for instance, knife crime, I don't want to speak about it, but do you want to say who to blame, that's a little part of responsibility. Forget that. Are you responsible for how your child thinks? Because we are allowing the world to be
To
responsible
think,
for how
yeah.
your child thinks.
Yeah.
And that's where knife crime begins.
Yeah.
Because he didn't get knife crime from his parents.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
He's found it somewhere else.
Yeah.
So speaking of your, where you grew up, we know that, Brixton, amongst other areas in London, has its challenges
Yes.
environmentally, socially, or whatever. Where did you, because you're a very independent thinker, that comes across, where did that come from, or were you always like that?
I dread this question. I tell you why. Because it was a spark. It wasn't nothing. Like,
Was there a defining moment? Was there a light bulb moment? Or as long as you knew yourself, were you always this way?
There was. I read Robert Kawasaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, when I was quite young. And at the time, I was trying to find myself. So I was coming off of the streets. I was trying to get into business. I was trying to ask for role models. And it was a little bit confusing to me into who to listen to. And then I got betrayed by your first role model, who's your father. Now, it's not his fault, or it wasn't intentional. But I'm 35 and my parents was on crack cocaine and heroin for 27 years of my life. So therefore, I've learned everything what not to do from the role model who let me down.
Yeah.
And then I had another role model who was my cousin. And he done something very bad to me also. And then I thought, okay, maybe I'm looking at the wrong role models. So I went to one more cousin who was on the good side of life. He was a solicitor and he was doing stuff. And he done a crummy little thing towards me. And I thought, okay, this is the moment that I no longer will look up to role models. I'm going to become one.
Yes.
So I think that was the time when my third role model let me down. And I thought, I've got to just become the person who I want to be, who I want to see. Like, I would love to meet me and then say to me, yeah, take me on. I would love to be, I would love to be in these people's positions now. So that's most probably was my light bulb moment, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I had role models, like my dad is great, as much as we went through all of that. My dad taught me about manners. He said that will carry you everywhere.
Yeah.
He taught me about cleanliness and he taught me how to cook. So he's a chef. And I say I'm a chef. So I won't never knock my parents for thousands of things that I went through.
Yeah.
I would just thank them for the great stuff that they taught me.
Yeah.
And then I just thank myself for taking it on for the rest of the way.
Yes.
That's, you know what, I just love that, because the thing is, even for your father, your parents, you don't know what happened in their lives.
Oh, so can I just touch on that then? So, for instance, what I mean by that is it's very important, because this is because I go to a lot of events talking about knife crime and talking about the epidemic that we're in right now, and it's a lot of times people blame people. And what my saying is, we can't blame the kids because they had to learn from someone, and we can't blame the parents because you say that Where are these children's parents and stuff? But we don't know how their parents got taught.
That's right.
Now, what I tend to teach my fellow people close to me is the understanding of my grandparents came to the country. That's that generation. There was racism. Excuse me. They had to fight for food. They had to fight and get a little job to get some crumbs to defend their children who are our parents. Now, our parents are the first generation in this country.
Yeah.
So therefore, they had hard lives and they had to get used to being here. So they rebelled.
Yeah.
And, you know, they would climb out of the windows in the night time, etc., etc. But at the same time, when they had kids, the only thing that they could teach us was what they was told, which is go to school, get education, whatnot. Now, this is why I say it's about our generation, because we've been here.
Yes.
We understand life.
That's right.
We are in the internet age.
Yes.
There is no excuses
Yeah.
for our children to go
Come on
through
now.
any type
Come
of
on.
poverty.
Come
Because
on.
there's a difference between poverty and poor.
Yeah.
That's what everyone needs to understand. We are not in poverty because we have running water.
Come
we
on
have
now.
electric,
Come on.
we have shoes, we have
Come on.
clothes.
Come on.
Yes.
But we have
Roof
a
over
poor
our head.
mindset
Yes.
because we don't have the latest.
That's
Yes.
right.
So I did want to just touch on that, you know what I mean? It's just not no one's fault, it's just time to change.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's about changing your own mindset, because what was beautiful, what you've done, which I thought was very profound, is you're taking responsibility. You're not going to look at this person, that person, okay, they let me down, but I can't carry what everybody else has done. Okay, so what change do I
What
want
can
to
I do?
see?
Yeah, what can I do? And that's when I've
Yeah.
started.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna stop.
Yeah.
I'm a beast. My mentor nicknamed me a beast. I'm a beast.
I could
for
see it, I
this.
could feel it.
I'm literally shaking because it's passion, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
just understanding what has to happen.
Yeah.
Not what I
Yeah.
want to happen. It's
Yeah.
what has to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is why I'm gonna make it happen.
So let's talk about let's go back to your clothing brand.
Yeah.
Before, we're going to talk about your motivational speaking in a minute,
Yeah,
but let's
that's
talk about
fine.
your clothing brand. Give us a brief rundown of the kind of things that are in your line. I know you've got a shop as well, so tell us where your shop is, but give us a brief rundown of...
Okay, our clothing line started, we launched in Brick Lane, which was a 5-day launch. I was very, very pleased with it because we had a lot of celebrity faces down there. We went through a lot of sales on the day, which was very proud moments. I mean, launching, I took it serious, like it was a launch, because I already had the clothing for 2 years. But I'm launching now, receipts, and boxes, and bags, and cakes. It was just all surreal.
Branding,
Branding,
yeah.
it was all great. But then it got serious. I realized people used to say something that used to touch my heart. And I want this all on camera because no one actually knows what my drive was to get Mula and Cake to where it was. It's when people come up to you and they say, "Oh, what's happening, mate? You're right, yeah? We still doing that t-shirt thing?" And I think, "Rah, that t-shirt thing. Is that how you see it? That t-shirt thing, like what everyone else does."
Yeah.
Okay, because this t-shirt thing, it feeds my children. This t-shirt thing is my life. Okay, I can't blame you for that. I'm gonna make a change to this t-shirt thing and make it become a global brand. So the next time you see me, you're gonna say, "Oh, your brand is doing so well." Do you know what I mean? So after that, when it got serious, I done 86 pop-up shops around England
In how much time?
in 11 months.
Whoa. 86.
No, I lied, sorry. Within 2 years. I done in the first
Still
2 years.
a lot.
Yeah, I done 86 pop-up shops in the first 2 years of Mula and Cake. And
Wow.
it was a journey. It was non-stop, you know, sometimes 2 in 1 day, sometimes 4 days in a row. You know, I've done Wick Gift Centre for 4 days. I've done Central Shopping Centre. I've done barber shops. I've done parks. That's what made me know I was hungry. I don't care. Can I set up here? I'll set up right here, right now, and I'll start selling. The moment when you get past the stage of when you hand a flyer to someone and they give you that, no, I don't, and you say, "All right, no problem, have a lovely day." When you get to that stage, feel happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because not everyone's got to love your brand.
That's right.
Not
Come on.
everyone likes
Yeah.
taking flyers.
Yeah.
There's an art to actually giving out flyers.
There
You know,
is.
I had to learn all of this
Yeah.
along my journey.
Yeah.
Instead of having that bitter feeling of no one wants to support, no one wants to get involved, no one wants to help. No one, you never sign no one up to help you.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, yeah,
This
yeah.
is your dream.
Yeah.
This is your passion.
Yeah.
So that's when I've learned so much along my journey, and I believe, you know, they say that that thing when you blow your own trumpet, it's not nothing, etc. But I do believe my journey has made me into a better person, you know, a more knowledgeable, strong man. That, yeah, the clothing journey was great. You know, the cakes, the pop-up shops, the tired nights, the everything. You know,
it's worth it, wasn't it? Yeah, it's worth it. Because even when you're in it, you know, it's just like even preparing for the show, there's so much preparation that we have to do behind the scene, the research and everything else. People thinking, oh, they just pop and end up looking cute and everything. No, there's a bag of things that you have to do in order for it. And you know, even with our media guy, you know, with Theo, MediaNet, you know, he's got so much going on as well. So it is about the work, it is about the grafting behind the scene. But the thing is, when you're passionate about something, you know, it's just like, we're just tired sometimes, like 2 hours, 3 hours.
Tired is,
but it's just like, okay.
But you go off the adrenaline.
Yeah.
The adrenaline keeps you going.
Yeah.
You know, I'll give you a tiny quick story. You know, when I first got my first parcel from abroad, it was because I went with a dream that God was sending me signals, and I said to my business partner, we must go to Turkey. And he said, okay, why? I said, well, because God said that I must go to Turkey. He said, okay, I understand the whole energy thing with God and that, but just tell me why. I'm saying, well, because there's clothes, we've got to get our manufacturer over there. Long and short, we was on our way there, a few little bit of research, whatnot, but we was on our way there, got to the airport. I said, bro, I forgot to buy the jumper. And he's like, what jumper? I said, no, I wanted to get a jumper, because if we do find a manufacturer, I want to copy it. He said, I'll just buy one, innit? These times it was a super dry or Franklin Marshall jumper I wanted to copy and stuff. He said, well, just buy one. I was like, bro, it's about £90. Bro. I ain't got no £90 to buy a jumper as a sample right now. So long and short, we went over there. We was just digging, research, you know. And I don't want to drag it on, but long and short, we was walking through some places, and on the floor, next to some dustbins, I saw about 300 tags. And I went closely, and it was a Franklin and Marshall tags. And I thought, bro, trust me, someone round here makes Franklin Marshall. And I started just, my heart started beating, and you know, I went through a door, we went up the stairs, I knocked the door. I mean, I'm visualizing it now, it was great. And then as he opened, I looked right past him and saw a factory and material and stuff. I got too excited, and then when I went in, I saw Franklin and Marshall jumpers. Jeez. And that is like something that when it comes out in my book, I know everyone's going to say, that's just a lie.
No.
It really happened. It really happened. I mean, and it was that day that I thought, God is the greatest thing ever.
Come on now, come on.
He told me to go there. I've never been to Turkey.
Amen. And it's all about being led, right?
Being led.
Just being led. You know, sometimes we try to lead ourselves, but sometimes you need to just be still, listen and just
take
go.
the signs.
And just take, and that's the step of faith.
Of faith. And I didn't understand none of this. I promise you now, as there's a God above, I used to always think that people are being extraordinary when they're saying stuff like, and then I turned to God, or he gave me a sign, and you just got to have belief. Man. I swear I was really against it all, you know, like, come off it, bro. I live every day, I wake up every day, nothing changes. You gotta have faith.
Yeah, you gotta have faith.
Dedication. It's a mixture of all of it.
Yes. It all plays
it does work.
a crucial part.
It really works. Okay, so we are going to have to wrap up very shortly, but there are, again, Gaz, this part is so tough. Viewers, you don't understand. We get some amazing guests on, and it's so tough. But there's a few things I want to touch on before we do. So, first of all, do you have a shop?
Yes,
currently, where is it located?
It's located in Fulton Heath, opposite the bus garage, CR7 7HW. We've had our 1 year anniversary the other day. We had a party in the shop because I was so happy, because you've got to learn to celebrate your successes because other people won't.
Definitely. Yeah. Next, motivational speaking. Where can we catch you next? And can you give our viewers a motivational message?
Oh, of course I can. Okay, so where you can catch me next, I will be at...
Tell these guys through there.
Okay, so I'm not sure when it's going to be aired, but I'll give you a few dates and a few things. We are going to be at Bromley College, should I say, in Orpington. That is on Monday. Then we will be at Bromley College again in Greenwich on Friday. And on the same Friday, we'll be at Harris Secondary School in South Norwood. And then on the Saturday, we'll be at the Black Business Expo in Clapham. But if you just want to see all these dates, please follow me on social media, Mr. Dexter Simms, or type in Mula Motivation. You'll find me.
Okay, motivational message?
Motivational message. I would suggest that you understand this very carefully. Don't be busy trying to look busy and forget to actually be busy. Very important.
One more time.
Say it again,
Yeah.
please.
Don't be busy trying to look busy and forget to actually be busy. Very important.
And it's also what you're being busy doing.
It's all about what you're being busy doing, exactly. Because a lot of people are busy buzzies, you know, always taking pictures, always like looking.
I'm so busy.
You know, I like to say,
busy.
the best one is in my line of work is, yeah, I've got a meeting. Okay, what's your meeting about? Because you just went to meet someone outside to drop off something. That's not a meeting. It's crazy.
Okay, so which female role model inspires you and why?
Okay, I have to say my mum. Because her journey, and I mean, I know she never would like me saying this part, but she said to me, if I ever was to make it, just tell them your mum don't exist. Like, meaning she's deceased. Because she's very scared to tell her journey. But her journey is 15 times more different than mine. And she's turned her life around. And not only turned her life around from all the negative of all the stuff, but now she's helping people with housing benefit, universal credit, the child benefit, getting the housing register. She's helping the young children get jobs, CVs, hostels. So I think Mummy's amazing.
Yes.
And I mean, throughout my journey of growing up, what I've seen my mum do, whew, she's got balls of steel. She's crazy. One example quickly, she used to work in House of Fraser, Barkers of Kensington. And I went there one day to change a Moschino drop jumper she bought me. I've walked in with my bag and the securities rushed me thinking I've took it off the side and put it in my bag. They've had me downstairs in the little room for about, me and my friend, for about an hour. The story I heard is, as soon as my mum heard, she's gone mad on the floor, she's searched everywhere, she's come down the stairs. It was like a movie. She's kicked open the door, she's come flying across, punched the security man in his face, dropped him over the place. And I just remember, that's how I see my mum. She's a superhero. She's a superhero. So my mum is definitely my inspiration.
You got Wonder Woman mum.
Wonder Woman mummy.
Yeah. Well, I really don't want to let you go because I feel that there's so much more that we could share with you. But, you know, I'm sure there'll be plenty of opportunity for you to come back on our show.
Anytime.
If you want to kit us out in some gear for
yes,
upcoming
man.
episodes.
I don't know why you are cakeless now, to be honest.
Know, we're cakeless.
I'll take the blame for that.
Moment,
I'll take the blame for that. I'm going to make sure you lot get caked up by next week.
We need to be caked up. And yeah, you know, you've already spoken about your social media handles. Is there anything else you want to add before I do actually wrap up and say bye?
Like I said, people, just stay positive, follow your dreams, go with it all. Don't think about nothing. Nothing stops you except for you. You only fail when you give up. So keep going, don't stop. Don't get left cakeless. Shop online, www.mulacake.com, and follow me on social media, Dexter Simms, Mula Motivation.
Dexter, thank you so much.
Thank you very
it's
much.
Been
Beautiful.
an absolute delight having you on the show. Kaz?
I'm excited about wearing some of his gear. I mean, have you
I
been
wanna
on
be
his
caked
website? Mate, I want to be proper caked out, like seriously on point. And I'm going to carry a cake. No, but listen, these hoodies, he's got these ripped. Anyway, I'm just getting gas right now. But let me just
watch
calm
this
down,
space,
yeah.
people. You know, you're going to watch and see. Okay, well, it's been wonderful talking to Dexter. If you want to check out his stuff, you've got all of his social media handles there. We're going to run them across the screen for you. But once again, you know, it's come to an end, viewers. Please, please, please like, share, subscribe. No Ordinary Woman Chat Show. All the details are going to be there for you. And, you know, until next time, we're out of here. Ciao, people.
You are the key. It's only natural. beginning, and that is a problem.